Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to third question 133. Sir, the preparation of documents for implementation under engineering, procurement, construction mode of contract is under process by the World Bank, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, with regards to the reply given by the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, just 2-3 questions with regards to this particular bridge. Now I'd like to ask whether the DPR of the said bridge, is it complete or not?
Sir, in fact, the original DPR, previously it was already completed. But before floating tenders, then again we have problem because of the non-availability of land, which is to be supposed to construct the said bridge. So due to that again, ultimately we have to change the alignment, and the alignment is shifted downstream of the existing one, the existing proposal. So therefore, sir, now the World Bank is undertaking the documentation of EPC mode, and once the selected bidder is selected by the World Bank, they will start again for preparation of DPR, sir.
So two more questions. Yeah. What is the exact approximate estimate of this particular bridge, and whether funds have been allocated by the World Bank or not?
Sir, in fact, the original DPR, the amount was 20 crore 49 lakhs 41,356. But as I've already stated, due to change of alignment, again now the documentation is still on, prepared by World Bank along with the state PLUD, and once the documentation is over, then bidder, whoever becomes successful, he will again go for DPR and then all the detailed technical survey, and thereafter they will submit the DPR to the World Bank for necessary sanction.
So you might be aware of this particular location in Shella. See, sir, this particular bridge, it connects, it's a missing link between East Khasiels and Mawson Ram, and giving its strategic location, be it in the form of transport, military, and other modes of communication. See, now, just one last request. Whether this particular project, will it start this year or not?
Sir, for that, I can't indicate anything right now, unless the documentation process is complete. Because right now, as I've already stated, the documentation process is still on. Once that is done, then they will go for the process of tendering, and once the selected bidder is selected, then they will start again going back for preparation of DPR.
So last question, whether our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and the department will take necessary steps to make this function as soon as possible, because it's a requirement and a necessity to our people in the state. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. As already mentioned by the honourable member from Shella, sir, this construction of this bridge is very, very important, no doubt about it. Therefore, the government and the state PLUD, we are in touch with the World Bank. So once the DPR is completed, I am very sure sanction will be also accorded simultaneously, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the proposed project to be taken up under Meghalaya Integrated Transport Project under World Bank funding, the very important intervention under externally aided program externally aided projects. What is the parameters which require to be considered for taking up the projects as per the complete agreed guidelines of the project under this program?
Sir, in fact, the guidelines is for identifying such projects. It is at the liberty of the state government to identify which are the important projects, and quite a number of projects which is being implemented right now. And one of them is the Shella Bridge, which we already kept it on priority, as I've already replied to the honorable member from Shella. And in fact, that is the main criteria where the important projects, important roads, which we feel from the government side that it is more important for the interest of the public in the entire state, then accordingly we propose it to the World Bank, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, what are those parameters which are considered to be taken into consideration to arrive at a decision that the projects are important on a priority basis? Because all the projects under EAP are governed by this principle.
Yes, sir, I've already replied. In fact, the parameters is, while identifying such projects, we send the concept notes, concept papers to the World Bank, where ultimately World Bank will agree it in principle. Then ultimately after that, World Bank will engage the consultant for preparation of the DPR, and thereafter, once the DPR is completed, then the process will start, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, then based on which principles the World Bank will consider the proposed projects? Based on which principles?
Based on the recommendation made by the state government, sir, the important projects, as I've already said, taking into consideration the economic activities of each project, which will serve for the state as a whole. On the basis of that, we propose the projects on priority basis.
Mr. Speaker, sir, from the replies of the Deputy CM, I can understand that either he is not willing to share the guided principles based on which the projects have to be identified and prioritized, or maybe the materials are not available with him. Nevertheless, I would like to know from the Deputy CM in charge of PWD, because this program has not just one particular scope of work, there are multiple scope of works. In fact, this is an offshoot of number of initiatives of the earlier government. Now, what is the projected amount of fund which was supposed to be spent by the department? The first target, there has been some target set by the World Bank for implementation of this program. So what was the first target given to the government for the purpose of implementation of this program in as far as the physical and financial progress in respect of implementation of this program is concerned?
800 crores.
No, 800 crore, but it should be indicative of the year, the timelines. Within which time?
No, sir. In fact, 800 crores allotted to the state government, to the state PWD. Then, accordingly, once the combination comes to the state PWD, then we identify the projects. And as of now, about 13 projects is already in progress. All of them are in progress. And again, the remaining 8 projects, we have already submitted the DPR, which ultimately reached to 800 crores. And now even the tendering process is on. And hopefully by the end of this month, we'll be able again to even allot these remaining projects, which we already submitted to the World Bank, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, then question. May I know from the Deputy CM, the detailed projects which are to be considered in as far as the quantum of fund which has been indicated to be considered under MITP, what is the total duration of time which has been agreed upon during which time the whole amount or the quantum of the programs to be taken up under these MITP, programs under MITP will have to be completed, the timelines?
Sir, in fact, the World Bank project was started in the year 2021. It will be ended up to 2026. Sir.